Once upon a time, in a prosperous kingdom, the wise old king had no heir to inherit his throne. As his health began to decline, he grew worried about the future of his kingdom. He wanted to find a successor who was honest and just, someone who would rule with integrity and fairness. To find the right person, the king devised a plan. He called all the children of the kingdom to the palace and handed each of them a single seed. "Take this seed home," the king said, "and plant it in a pot. In 1 year's time, bring your pot back to me with whatever has grown from this seed. The one who grows the most beautiful plant will become the next ruler of this land." Among the children was a boy named Kai. He was excited to be part of the challenge and dreamed of becoming king. Kai carefully planted his seed in a pot, watered it every day, and made sure it got plenty of sunlight. But after weeks of waiting, nothing grew. He tried new soil, used better fertilizer, and prayed for even a tiny sprout, but the seed remained barren. As the months passed, Kai became increasingly worried. He saw other children with healthy, green plants sprouting in their pots, while his remained empty. Kai felt ashamed and embarrassed. But despite his disappointment, he continued to care for the seed, hoping for a miracle. A year passed, and it was time for the children to return to the palace with their pots. Kai was reluctant to go, but his mother encouraged him, saying, "You have done your best. Go and show the king your pot, even if it is empty. At least you will be honest." With a heavy heart, Kai took his empty pot and made his way to the palace. The other children stood proudly with their pots overflowing with beautiful flowers and tall plants. Kai felt small and ashamed, standing with nothing but an empty pot in his hands. The king walked through the crowd, examining each pot carefully. He smiled and praised the children for their efforts, but when he reached Kai, his expression softened. "Why did you bring me an empty pot, Kai?" the king asked gently. Kai bowed his head and replied, "Your Majesty, I did everything I could. I planted the seed, watered it, gave it sunlight, but it never grew. I am sorry I failed." The king looked at Kai for a long moment, then turned to face the crowd. "Everyone, listen carefully," the king announced. "The seed I gave each of you a year ago was sterile. It could not grow. Yet you all stand before me with plants you did not grow from the seed I gave you. Only Kai has been honest enough to bring me an empty pot, and for that, he shall be the next king." The crowd gasped in surprise. The king smiled warmly at Kai and placed a hand on his shoulder. True leadership requires honesty and integrity, and Kai has shown both today. It is better to fail with honor than to succeed with deceit. Kai, though still in disbelief, stood tall as the king declared him the rightful heir to the throne. The people of the kingdom rejoiced, knowing they would have a ruler who valued truth above all. And so, Kai grew up to be a wise and fair king, beloved by all for his honesty and integrity, just as the old king had hoped. The moral of this story is true success is not measured by outward appearances or accomplishments, but by the values of honesty, integrity, and moral courage. In a world where it may be tempting to deceive in order to achieve recognition or success, the story reminds us that the most valuable qualities in life and leadership are truthfulness and accountability. Even when facing the fear of failure or judgment, remaining honest and true to one's principles is what defines true character. Genuine leaders, like Kai, are not those who seek to appear successful at any cost but those who uphold honesty, even when the truth may not be easy to present. In the end, those who choose the path of integrity will earn respect, trust, and lasting success, while deceit only leads to hollow achievements.